Hello everyone, I'm Aaron, a birding naturalist. Welcome back. I am at Channel Islands National Park. Specifically, I'm on Santa Cruz Island right now. I want to talk to you about a very special bird, one of the rarest birds in North America, the island scrub jay. Let's chat. So, the Channel Island scrub jay is a species that only exists on one specific island, Santa Cruz Island, where I am right now. This means a couple of things. One, it has the smallest geographic range of any North American bird. It also means that it's one of the rarest North American birds. There are only about 1,700 breeding island scrub jays in existence, so a very small population. The island scrub jay is definitely quite closely related to our California scrub jay. At some point in history, a group of scrub jays dispersed from California, from the mainland of California, out to Santa Cruz Island, and then they started to evolve and diverge into their own species. They're notable in their evolution because they've gotten bigger than the California scrub jay. They've gotten sort of more boldly darker colored. Their bill has gotten quite a bit longer. They've gotten quite a bit heavier. Their voice has changed. I find their voice to be more sort of staticky, raspy than the California scrub jay. So they're definitely their own species, which is exciting. The size, having gotten heavier and larger and longer billed, is an example of island gigantism. So islands, in terms of evolution, are often sort of laboratories of experimentation. Odd things happen because situations are so special on islands. There's such a special combination of animals and plants and geology and environment that unusual niches sometimes open up, and unusual pressures and combinations of pressures are at play. And that means that evolution can take off in exciting and interesting ways. And some of the ways that those evolutionary experimentations often take place are with size. So there's island dwarfism that is a common phenomenon you see. Animals on islands are smaller than their sort of mainland counterparts. And island gigantism is also something that you fairly commonly see, where the island population is larger than their mainland counterparts. So the island scrub jay is a good example of island gigantism. They are bigger than their mainland counterparts. Behaviorally, island scrub jays are generally monogamous, where a male and female will sort of find each other and will remain together for many years. They will defend a territory year-round, their residence, and definitely not migratory, just living on this island. And they'll raise clutches usually between sort of 2 to 4 young. Island scrub jays are omnivores. So just like our mainland California scrub jay, they're creative, they're problem solvers, they're a classic corvid in a lot of ways. And so they will eat mammals when they can get a hold of them. They will eat insects when they can eat reptiles. They'll eat other birds, and especially like baby birds and birds' eggs. They will eat fruit. They'll eat seeds. They really like acorns. And in fact, they're really important to acorns and oak trees on these islands. You see, like our California scrub jays and like many corvids, island scrub jays collect acorns and cache them. So they'll hide them away and bury them in places to then come back later to eat. Now, they're pretty good at remembering where a lot of these are, and so they do come back and eat many of the acorns that they cache. But they're not perfect. Many of these acorns do end up going uneaten. And those acorns that are basically planted in the ground and then not eaten, some of those grow to be oak trees. And it's been estimated that the island scrub jay actually play a pretty important role in planting oak trees across Santa Cruz Island. They grow forests. From a conservation standpoint, luckily, while the population of this species is small, it's stable. So, projecting into the future, things look fairly good. Now, there are certainly risks. Anytime you have a very small population, it's vulnerable to the vagaries of chance. Land use practices can change, weird disasters can happen, and those random things can have a big impact on a small population. So they are certainly vulnerable to, like I said, changes in land use practices. If grazing was brought back to the island, that would probably be pretty bad for the island scrub jay. If a wildfire broke out and burned a large portion of the island, that would probably be bad for the island scrub jay. You know, there are definitely these sort of looming threats that could happen. They haven't happened yet, but they could happen that would really impact the long-term survival of this species. Also, there are things like diseases. The corvids are particularly susceptible to things like West Nile virus. And so if there's a big West Nile virus outbreak and it makes it out to these islands, that could really impact the island scrub jay. So definitely some things to be worried about, definitely some concerns that are out there, but overall, the population out here as is pretty stable. And so we get to enjoy these beautiful birds going into the future. So there's a little something about the island scrub jay, one of California's endemic species. I mean, it's found in California, in particular here on Santa Cruz Island, nowhere else. My heartfelt thanks to the National Park Service for protecting these islands, for preserving them for the future, for allowing us, the American people, to come and enjoy our natural heritage. The national parks are a treasure and deserve to be protected, and if anything, expanded, improved, not cut back at all. So again, thank you to the National Park Service. And thank you for viewing this channel. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a little something about our island endemic that's out here on Santa Cruz Island. And if you like content like this, please subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like. Help support me and the work that I'm doing to help spread knowledge about these kinds of topics to a wider audience. Again, thank you for the view. And until next time, as always, enjoy the natural world.